The Earth, in its deep past, has witnessed epochs of unimaginable scale and wonder. Consider the Jurassic period, a time when colossal reptiles, the dinosaurs, roamed vast fern-covered plains and navigated ancient forests. Their very presence shaped the world, an era of giants that stretched for millions of years. But like all great dynasties, this reptilian empire eventually faced its twilight. A cataclysmic event, believed to be a colossal asteroid impact, brought the Mesozoic era, and with it the reign of many dinosaurs, to a dramatic and abrupt close, plunging the world into a new, uncertain age. Yet the end of one dominant group often heralds the dawn of another. The sudden disappearance of these reptilian titans left an enormous void, an ecological vacuum across the globe. The world, though scarred, was far from empty. Life, in its relentless drive, began to explore new avenues, new forms, new possibilities. The stage was set for a different kind of giant to emerge from the shadows, creatures that would seize the opportunities presented by this radically altered planet and rise to prominence in a world rebuilding itself from the ashes of a fallen dynasty. And so, in the eons that followed, new behemoths walked the Earth, swam its oceans, and soared its skies. Mammals, birds, and even reptiles, freed from the overwhelming dominance of the dinosaurs, began an extraordinary journey of diversification and gigantism. Today we embark on an exploration of these magnificent successors, the new giants that inherited a transformed world, each a testament to the enduring power and spectacular creativity of evolution. Join me as we uncover the stories of these titans of the Cenozoic, the true inheritors of the Earth. Our journey begins in the Paleocene epoch, a mere handful of million years after the dinosaurs' demise. The Earth was then a hothouse world, swathed in warmth and humidity, far exceeding what we know today. In northern South America, what is now Colombia's Cerrejón coal mine, lay a vast sprawling network of humid tropical rainforests and murky meandering river systems. These were environments teeming with new life, a hot, wet cradle where evolution was experimenting with fresh designs and where one particular creature was slithering its way to the apex of the food chain. It was here in these primordial swamps that a true monster was born, a serpent of almost mythical proportions. This was the domain of Titanoboa kerajonensis, the Titan boa. Imagine, if you will, a snake so immense it dwarfs any living serpent today. Reaching lengths of perhaps 13 to 15 meters, longer than a school bus, and weighing over a ton, it was a constrictor of terrifying power. Its vertebrae, found fossilized, are so large they almost defy belief. Compared to the largest anacondas or pythons of our time, Titanoboa was in a league entirely of its own. Its scales would have shimmered in the dappled light of the forest floor. Its massive head, equipped with powerful jaws, scanning the murky waters for any sign of movement. A silent, patient hunter in a world it so thoroughly dominated. As the undisputed apex predator of this sultry, watery realm, Titanoboa likely fed on the other giants of its ecosystem. Ancient crocodilians, some themselves of considerable size, and large, heavily shelled turtles would have been on its menu. It would have employed the classic constrictor strategy, an ambush, a lightning-fast strike, and then the slow, inexorable squeeze, suffocating its prey before swallowing it whole. For millions of years, Titanoboa reigned supreme in these Paleocene jungles, a chilling reminder that the age of giant reptiles had not entirely passed, but had merely taken on a new, limbless and terrifyingly powerful form. It was a true king, a serpentine sovereign of a world reborn. Leaving the humid rainforests of the Paleocene, we now journey forward in time, some tens of millions of years, to the Miocene and Pliocene epochs, and plunge into the vast, sun-dappled expanses of the ancient oceans. While mammals were beginning their ascent on land, the seas became the theatre for another evolutionary epic, culminating in a predator of such colossal scale and ferocity that its name still evokes a sense of primal fear. The waters of this era were rich with life, supporting immense whales and diverse marine fauna, providing an abundant feast for those equipped to hunt it. And one creature above all others was perfectly adapted to this role. This was the reign of Carcharocles megalodon, the big tooth shark. Its fossilized teeth, some larger than a human hand, are often the only remnants we find, yet they speak volumes of the creature's sheer size and power. Conservative estimates suggest Megalodon could reach lengths of 18 meters, perhaps even more, 3 times the size of the largest great white sharks patrolling our oceans today. Imagine its cavernous jaws, lined with hundreds of serrated, razor-sharp teeth, capable of exerting a bite force that could crush bone with terrifying ease. It was, quite simply, the largest predatory fish ever to have lived, a true leviathan of the deep. Megalodon was an apex predator in every sense of the word, occupying the very top of the marine food web for over 20 million years. Its primary prey appears to have been the large whales of the time, cetaceans that were themselves giants. Bite marks on fossilized whale bones tell a grim story of Megalodon's hunting prowess, perhaps targeting flippers or tails to immobilize its massive victims before delivering a fatal blow. The presence of such a formidable hunter must have profoundly shaped the behavior and evolution of other marine species, a constant, looming threat in the ancient seas, a true emperor of the oceanic realm whose passage would have sent shivers of terror through any creature that crossed its path. We now return to the land, to the Oligocene epoch, a period roughly 30 million years ago. The world was continuing its cooling trend, and vast forests were giving way to more open woodlands and sprawling grasslands. It was during this time that mammals, having diversified significantly since the dinosaurs' extinction, truly began to reach for the skies, producing land animals of a size never seen before or since in their class. On the plains of what is now Asia, one such creature roamed, a herbivore of such staggering proportions that it remains the largest land mammal known to science. Its presence would have been an unforgettable sight, a walking mountain of flesh and bone. This was Paraceratherium, sometimes known by its other name, Indricotherium. Standing up to 5.5 meters tall at the shoulder and weighing an estimated 15 to 20 tons, it dwarfed even the largest elephants of today. Imagine a creature with a long, muscular neck, allowing it to browse on the highest foliage, much like a giraffe, but built on a far more massive scale. It possessed a relatively small, hornless head atop this neck, and its body was supported by 4 stout, pillar-like legs, necessary to carry its immense bulk across the changing landscapes. Its skin was likely thick and leathery, offering some protection, though its sheer size was its greatest defense. As a colossal herbivore, Paraceratherium would have spent its days peacefully browsing the leaves and branches of tall trees, its great height giving it access to food sources beyond the reach of most other contemporary plant eaters. Its dietary needs must have been enormous, requiring it to consume vast quantities of vegetation daily, and in doing so, it would have significantly shaped the plant communities of its environment. It is thought to have been a relatively slow-moving animal, likely living in small groups or perhaps solitarily, its life a gentle, ponderous journey across the Oligocene plains. A true testament to the evolutionary potential of mammals in a world free from large dinosaurian competitors. Our exploration now takes us to the skies of the Miocene epoch, a period we visited earlier when discussing the mighty Megalodon. While that great shark patrolled the oceans below, the air above was domain to another giant, a creature that pushed the very limits of avian flight. For millions of years, the skies had been largely the realm of smaller birds and insects, following the extinction of the pterosaurs. But in South America, evolution crafted a bird of such magnificent proportions that it remains one of the largest flying animals ever to have existed, a true feathered titan that soared over the Patagonian plains. This was Argentavis magnificens, the magnificent Argentine bird. Its statistics are simply breathtaking, a wingspan estimated to be between 6 and 7 meters, comparable to that of a small aeroplane, and a weight of around 70 kilograms. Taking to the air with such dimensions would have been a remarkable feat. It is believed that Argentavis was a master of soaring, using its enormous wings to catch thermal updrafts, effortlessly gliding for vast distances over the open landscapes, much like condors and vultures do today, but on a far grander scale. Launching such a massive body into the air likely required a running start, perhaps from a slope or a leap from a high perch. The lifestyle of Argentavis is still a subject of some debate among paleontologists. With its huge size and formidable beak, it could certainly have been an active predator, capable of tackling reasonably large prey on the ground. However, its massive wingspan might have made it more suited to scavenging, using its keen eyesight to spot carcasses from great heights, then gliding down to feast. Regardless of its precise feeding strategy, Argentavis was undoubtedly the dominant aerial presence in its ecosystem, a majestic sovereign of the Miocene skies. Its shadow passing overhead would have been an awe-inspiring and perhaps terrifying sight for any smaller creature below. Our final journey into this post-dinosaur world takes us to the Eocene epoch, a vibrant period of mammalian diversification around 40 to 35 million years ago. The continents were continuing their slow drift, and Asia in particular was a crucible of evolutionary innovation, home to a bizarre and wonderful array of mammals, including some truly formidable carnivores. Among them was a creature known primarily from a single colossal skull, an animal whose full appearance remains partly shrouded in mystery, yet whose existence points to a predator of immense power and presence, a true beast of its time. This enigmatic hunter was Andrewsarchus mongoliensis, named after the famed explorer Roy Chapman Andrews, who led the expedition that discovered its remains in Mongolia. The skull itself is nearly a metre long, armed with enormous, powerful jaws and formidable teeth, suggesting a creature capable of crushing bone. Though we lack a complete skeleton, scientists have extrapolated its likely size and form, envisioning a wolf-like or perhaps hyena-like mammal, but on a gigantic scale, possibly the largest terrestrial mammalian carnivore that ever lived, weighing perhaps as much as a ton. Its sheer cranial dimensions speak of incredible biting strength. The precise dietary habits and lifestyle of Andrewsarchus are still debated. Its powerful jaws and robust teeth could have been used to hunt large hoofed mammals, such as the early relatives of rhinos and horses that shared its Eocene environment. Alternatively, it might have been an opportunistic omnivore or a specialized scavenger, using its size and strength to dominate kills made by other predators or to crack open large carcasses. Whatever its exact niche, Andrewsarchus was undoubtedly a top-tier predator or scavenger in the Eocene landscapes of Central Asia. A fearsome beast whose roar, had we been there to hear it, would have echoed across the ancient plains, a testament to the raw power that evolution can unleash. And so, our journey through the ages that followed the dinosaurs concludes. We have encountered the colossal serpent Titanoboa, ruler of primeval swamps, the mighty megalodon, terror of ancient seas, the immense Paraceratherium, a gentle giant browsing Oligocene forests, the majestic Argentavis, sovereign of Miocene skies, and the formidable Andrewsarchus, an enigmatic hunter of Eocene Asia. Each of these incredible creatures, in its own unique way, rose to prominence, filling ecological niches left vacant and becoming a dominant force in a world dramatically reshaped. They are a profound illustration of life's resilience and its capacity for grandeur. These were not mere evolutionary curiosities, they were shapers of their respective worlds. Their immense size and specific adaptations influenced entire ecosystems, driving the evolution of plant life, the behavior of prey species, and the competitive landscape for other animals. The fossil record, though incomplete, provides us with tantalizing glimpses into their reign, a reign that in some cases lasted for millions of years. They are a vital chapter in the grand narrative of life on Earth, demonstrating that gigantism was not exclusive to the age of reptiles, but a recurring theme in the symphony of evolution. As we reflect on these lost giants, I invite you to imagine what it must have been like to witness them firsthand, to feel the ground tremble beneath the tread of Paraceratherium, to see the shadow of Argentavis pass overhead, or to glimpse the terrifying form of Megalodon in the ocean depths. Though they are long vanished, their stories endure, etched in stone and bone, reminding us of the Earth's astonishing biological heritage and the ever-unfolding drama of life. The legacy of these post-dinosaurian giants continues to inspire awe and fuel our quest to understand the magnificent history of our planet.